All right, and now we're gonna make the brew. My kitchen's a little dirty. I'm in medical school. What do you expect? I don't have time to clean. All right, so get over that. If it's bothering you. um, so, um, Making the brew. Um, you should have gotten in your packet, I believe we're using Amla cacao wafers, which are vegan, gluten-free, they're naturopathic. So there's no worries there for you. What do I want to say about this? You know, these aren't a bad brand if you're gonna just go to the grocery store and you want to work with cacao on your own. You know, it even says ceremonial grade cacao. But if you do want to work with some other stuff, we have Cacao Lab. Cacao Laboratories this is ceremonial grade cacao, and it's a brother and a sister, and they source this out of Guatemala, I believe. So this is what I use when I do ceremonies, but when I drink every day at home, I use this. And it's just as good. So what we're gonna be doing, this is for about a cup of cacao, and you're not gonna need that much. It's very strong, it's very potent, so maybe about 4 or 5 ounces is probably all we really need to drink. We will start off, I got 12 ounces of filtered water because it is gonna boil a little bit. And we have to expect the evaporation. And okay, so I pour the water in, and now we have the things we want to see. We need a driver. We don't need a driver, but I like to have a driver. And I also like to put a few spices in. So this is where it's whatever you feel. And I make the brew different every single time I make it. Today I have some cinnamon. I have a little bit of nutmeg, I have ginger, and I have cayenne. I'll probably use just ginger and not cayenne. But remember, both of these are pungent, and they could be spicy, so just a teeny tiny bit. I use a teeny tiny bit of whatever spices I use, just kind of a little pinch. To get the essence, I guess, of the spice. You can use whatever you're called to. You can use, I have some ground clove. Sometimes I put clove in it. Sometimes I will infuse the water with rose petals, or I'll cook it with rose hips and get that like little bit of sour that's really good. So this is all about whatever you want. So when you are making this and you make it at home, you can even pause the video after I say the sentence if you want. But it's just like sit with it and be with it and ground yourself. So stand with all of your ingredients and just take a breath. Become centered. And I just, sometimes I think a lot of times we want to go in a ceremony with a question that we want answered, but sometimes I just say, you know, what do you have to teach me? And so as I take off the lid, the smell of chocolate wafts up to my nose. And that's part of the ceremony, is being present with that. Like just right here, just her scent is healing, it's medicine, it's guiding. So this is all about being present when you are making a ceremonial brew. Looking at your ingredients, looking at the little grains, like my nutmeg, it's kind of old, I guess, because it's darker on the top and lighter on the bottom. Like noticing that, you know, noticing how the pellets have a like dusky look to it, you know, being present. So with a cup and a half of water, 12 ounces, I like to add, for those people who need specific numbers, like 12 to 15. If you're like me and you like to folk method, I'm not sure how many you're getting in your packet, but you can sometimes I just take a handful and throw it in. It's just really like what I'm feeling. So I'm gonna put the cacao in the water. And then I'm just going to heat it up. Let's see. I'll come back here. So I'm gonna heat that up, and it's gonna start to separate. And then after it kind of melts down a little bit, I'm gonna add just a pinch of the seasonings. And it's quite simple. It's quite simple. But here's where the intention comes in, is that once that starts to boil, you kind of want to stand over it. You don't ever want to leave the area that you're in while you're making cacao. This time that you make this brew is dedicated to the brew. You want to be with it. You want to watch it. You want to like listen to the water as it boils. Just, you know, so this is the time to spend with cacao and listen to whatever messages that may be coming in while you're making it, and being present with that, and being non-judgmental with that, being unconditional with that, and vibing with it, feeling it. Like, you know, open up your spice cabinet and just like look around and see what feels right, and play around with it and have fun with it. Yeah, super simple, super easy peasy. I'm gonna pause the video and I'll be back with the next step.